Hey everybody, so by now you probably know, because I'm planning on putting on my YouTube channel before this video goes up, that Luke and I are having a baby. So we're pretty excited. This will be our first baby. And I want to just kind of make bump dates. I know that's what everyone on YouTube calls it, and that's cute and kitschy, so that's probably what I'm going to call it, let's be honest. Pregnancy updates, bump dates, whatever you want to say. First of all, just because I've been tracking them in a journal, and my bullet journal, little updates and notes, but if we're being honest, I'm kind of inconsistent with that because, life is crazy, and that I make no promises for continuing that for the next 28, 27 odd weeks. So that's my main reason. And also just because I don't know, as soon as I found out I was pregnant, I was just all over YouTube watching any pregnancy updates, bump dates I could find, just because it's especially with your first baby, everything seems weird, or is this normal, or I don't know. And even if it's not your first baby, you just kind of want to know things. And so I think it'd be nice, it couldn't hurt to have one more person's opinions and experiences out there into the internet. Who knows if anyone will ever watch this, maybe only a few people, but hey, even if I help out a couple people, that's cool. So I'm hoping to do these relatively regularly. I don't want to say every week because I'm almost 12 weeks right now and this is the first one I'm actually doing, but my goal is to do them every few weeks. So that being said, let's get to it. Also, side note, I have this stupid washcloth because I burnt my thumb today getting soup at the grocery store, and it was literally lava, and it somehow got on my thumb. And if I don't have ice on it for more than 30 seconds, it is excruciatingly painful. I swear, it makes me sound like such a baby, but it hurts so freaking bad. So I currently have an ice in a washcloth, and if you see that, that's what that is. So let's just move past it. All right, so let's start this show out. As I mentioned, I am currently, let's consult the trusty app, shall we? Alright, so my camera likes to keep overheating even though it's a brand new camera, so fun times. So there's gonna be lots of cuts in this video, sorry in advance. As I was saying, let me consult my trusty app. I am currently 11 weeks, 5 days, so I'm basically 12 weeks pregnant at this point. We announced to social media and everyone this past weekend when I was right around 11 weeks. My parents and Luke's parents have known since about 7 weeks. The day I found out I was pregnant, the day after my birthday, so I found out on June 15th, and at that point I was about 4.5 weeks pregnant. Obviously, we know how pregnancy happens, and we weren't necessarily trying, but we also weren't really preventing. I've always had really irregular cycles, really long cycles, and I've actually had been tracking it for the past 1.5 years, more just for my own knowledge, to kind of see if I could determine if I was ovulating, and if so, when. Because I would go 40 plus days between cycles, I'd go 20 days, it's just all over the place, and it's been like that since I got my first period in 10th grade. So that being said, I did not think I was pregnant even a little bit. It wasn't even a thought in my mind oh, maybe I'm pregnant. It only even the fact that I tested was because I wouldn't know if I was late, so to speak, because like I said, my cycles are so I thought I was getting a UTI because I kept having to pee so much, and I'm not a big drinker, I don't drink, not just water, just anything. I'm really bad. Luke jokes that I'm like a bird because I just don't drink enough fluids. I know it's bad, and now that I'm pregnant, I'm definitely working on improving it, but I'm still just not great at hydrating. So for me to have to pee so much a day, I was oh my gosh, am I getting a UTI? But it was just weird because it wasn't the other UTI symptoms that you'd have that are usually really uncomfortable. I didn't have. I just kept having to pee. And they actually have little test strips you can buy at, the drugstore or Target to check and see if you have a UTI. And since I don't have health insurance, I was okay, well, I'm gonna go that route first to determine if I even need medication. This cat. So I went to go buy the test strips, and they were outrageously expensive, and right there next to them were pregnancy tests that were $5 cheaper, and I'm why don't I just rule this out and we'll just go from there. So that was how I even contemplated taking a pregnancy test. So kind of funny and ridiculous, but that's how I found out to begin with. So that is basically how I came to find out that I was pregnant. I thought I had a UTI, I bought the pregnancy test because it was cheaper and I would rule it out, and lo and behold, I was with child. I know they say on the box, wait 5 minutes. I'm not even kidding you, I I followed the instructions, peed on the stick, you know, whatever you gotta do. And as I was like sitting on the counter of that sucker, I watched it turn 2 lines less than a minute. So that was like a pretty for sure, you're pregnant, which was like so crazy, but also super exciting. And I've been wanting a baby for a while now, so we're very blessed. The first couple, like I said, I was 4.5 weeks pregnant when I found out, so I called and scheduled an appointment. I'm actually no longer going to my OBGYN. I am going to a it's a midwifery practice. I kind of want to go, oh, there's Katniss, hey. I kind of want to go a little more the natural options, and I just like some of the way that they handle things. I'm very afraid of the medical field, and I always have been, and so far every midwife I've encountered there is so understanding, so calm, sweet. They explain everything really well, and that's just really comforting for me. And I will still be delivering at my local hospital. It's actually the one my mom works at, and they have a great NICU if God forbid anything, you know, needs to happen with baby. So I'm feeling good about that. So I scheduled an appointment with them. The first couple weeks after I found out, I really didn't have that much symptom-wise other than like extreme fatigue. I'm not really what I would consider a napper. I don't really nap during the day, but starting around 5 weeks, I would take 1 to 2 naps every day. It was that bad. Like I was just so tired I couldn't keep my eyes open. But I kept thinking, all right, cool, like I don't have any nausea. This is great, go me. My mom went her entire pregnancy without any morning sickness, and so I was like, maybe that'll be me. And of course, like clockwork, 6 weeks rolled around, which is when my apps were kind of saying like, you're probably gonna start feeling morning sickness soon, and bam, I did. Right around 6 weeks. So from 6 weeks to like a little over 9 weeks, I had, I would say all day nausea. Thank God, because I know some people have it way worse than I did, but I never actually threw up, which I am like phobic of throwing up. I know it's silly and stupid, and I have to get over it when I'm a baby, but I never actually threw up, but I came close quite a few times, and it was just that awful nauseous, like all day. I tried to eat, no matter what I would eat, I would feel bad. If I didn't eat, I would feel nauseous, and then it's like you try and eat something, and then you feel worse, and so that was super fun. So that combined with, I'd say, fatigue, and then of course, like, you know, sore boobs, extremely sore, like PMS sore times like 20. Those were like my main 3 symptoms. So like I said, people I know have it way worse, and I really can't complain about that. So that I was thankful for. So our first appointment at the midwives was right around 8 weeks, and they did a physical exam, a pap smear, all that kind of thing. And then they also did like, I guess it's a handheld ultrasound. It's like this big with the little wand. And we were able to see baby, which was really cool. I didn't expect that. Just like a little bean is basically all baby looked like, and we were able to see the heartbeat flickering away, which honestly was such a comfort. Being able to see that so early on was really cool. I didn't even expect to see it, and the fact that we did was great. We also found out at that appointment that my uterus is retroverted, which they explained to me is basically like your uterus likes to sit like this, kind of like curled in upon itself, and some women that happens to them even after they become pregnant. So baby is like really, really low. We found this out with the next ultrasound we had, like way low on my right side, and my uterus is like folded over itself. It shouldn't affect anything. It doesn't affect baby. As the baby grows and my uterus expands, it will basically like, it's almost like a balloon inflating, and it will correct itself. But for now, it does make ultrasounds kind of challenging for the technician or doctor, and a little painful for me because they have to push real hard, like right by my bladder to like get to see the baby. So we found that out. Right around 11 weeks, just shy of 11 weeks, I went for my second appointment, and that was like my intake appointment for the OB portion. And she did another sonogram or handheld ultrasound. I was actually also able to have an ultrasound done prior to that, and we got to see baby. I'll insert a picture. And like, it was crazy the difference in 2.5 weeks of how different baby looked. I mean, moving all around, flipping around in circles. It was insane. I just couldn't believe in less than 3 weeks how much that baby had changed and grown, which was just so cool to see. We also got to see and hear baby's heart rate during that ultrasound, which was awesome. It was 172 beats per minute, which still is like mind-boggling to me. That's so fast. And it sounded really, you know, strong, just that crazy cool sound. So that was awesome. A couple other fun symptoms that are driving me bonkers. I had dealt with eczema and dermatitis, specifically on my face, which is just a random place to have it, but for the last couple years, on and off, and my dermatologist had given me some prescription steroid cream to use. Well, obviously I cannot use that when I'm pregnant, and that's totally fine. I wouldn't want to do anything that could harm the baby, but kind of leaves me like, oh cool, what can I do? It's like all over. I have a patchy, scaly patch right here. I had a big one on my cheek, right here, my whole forehead, and on my eyelids. It's actually why I'm not wearing that much makeup, because that aggravates it, which really sucks because I love to wear makeup. So not so fun. And I'm also dealing with a lot of acne, and I'm just paranoid about using anything to treat the acne. I know there are certain over-the-counters that are pregnancy safe, but I just haven't used them yet. So just kind of trying to ride it out. So those two things are not super fun. I will share really quickly two things I've been kind of using to help with eczema. So this I had been using, hopefully it'll focus. It's the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. I got it at Ulta or Sephora. I've been using this pre-pregnancy, and that actually does help a lot in place of the steroid cream, because I don't like to use the steroid cream all the time. It's not great for your skin. But it was like to the point where the eczema had gotten so bad that wasn't even touching it. So I did some research, and I guess colloidal oatmeal helps a lot with eczema, and I found this Gold Bond Eczema Relief. I can't tell if it's focusing or not, so let's hope. And it has 2% colloidal oatmeal. I've been using this day and night, and sometimes in the middle of the day for like 5-6 days now, and I finally noticed a change, like my forehead and my cheek especially, huge improvement. So if you're dealing with eczema and you don't want to use steroid creams, or you're pregnant and you can't use them, highly recommend this guy right here. It's doing wonders. So that's that. And then the prenatal that I'm now taking is this one. It's the Rainbow Light Prenatal 1. It is all in one, and it has the folic acid and iron, and it's also got like a prebiotic, probiotic that's supposed to be easy on your stomach and help so that the iron and magnesium and stuff doesn't irritate your stomach. And so far that it's been pretty good. I have a really sensitive stomach. I have IBS, so I was nervous, but it's working really well. Before that I was taking I think they're the VitaFusion gummies, and they were just making me gag. Like the taste of them, I had to plug my nose to chew them, and it was just not a good situation. So I had to switch to a pill, and it is a like horse pill, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's huge. But I think that's pretty standard for prenatals. But I really like those. You can get them at Target. They're not super expensive. Like I said, I don't have health insurance right now, so I'm all about saving money, but I read a ton of good reviews online. A lot of women said they were like the only prenatals that didn't make them sick to their stomach, so I highly recommend them. I do take them at night just to like minimize the risk of stomach irritation, but yeah, they're great, so there's that. The other kind of cool thing that I had done at that 11-week appointment was the next gen genetic blood test. So basically all that is they check the mom's blood for like the 3 most common genetic trisomy conditions. But the other cool thing is they're also able to detect the baby's sex chromosomes from mom's blood, so we will get to know the gender of the baby a lot earlier than the 20-week ultrasound, which I am so excited about. And we are going to have like a little family gender reveal party, which I plan on filming, so that will be really exciting. I've always wanted a girl first. I mean, I'd be totally happy with 2 girls, but I've just always wanted a girl first. Luke, I think, is terrified of the idea of having daughters, so he's all about team boy. Obviously, we really don't care at the end of the day. As long as baby's healthy, I would be so thrilled for either gender. But, I mean, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't kind of banking on hoping it was a girl. And a lot of his family is like swearing that it's going to be a boy, so I'll be really happy if I'm right and it's a girl. A lot of the old midwives, tales or signs all point to me having a girl based on how my symptoms match up, but I don't think that those really mean much of anything. At the end of the day, every pregnancy is different, every baby is different. So I am super excited to find out the gender in the next week or so. I'm gonna do a little bump date of the bump. There is no bump yet. I mean, it's bloated for sure, but no baby bump yet, but we'll just kind of keep a progression of things. So that being said, hopefully this is in focus. So yeah, I mean, not really a bump. Like I said, I was thin, but I didn't have abs or anything before I got pregnant. No bump, but it is bloating. My pants are tight, that's for sure. But yeah, I look forward to when I have an actual baby bump to show off, so I don't just look like I overate at the ice cream shop. So I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please make sure you subscribe because I will be posting more baby content as well as other fun stuff and vlogs and all that. So thank you. Bye.